If you're a new mom or you've been there, you know this feeling. That deep, almost bone-level exhaustion. The constant cycle of feeding, changing, soothing. Just trying to figure it all out. It's intense. It's really demanding. And honestly, for so many of us, it just feels like you're running on fumes, completely empty. But here's the thing. The absolute truth we kind of forget sometimes. You just cannot pour from an empty cup. It doesn't work. Welcome to Have More Babies, the show where we help you get well-informed, fast, on topics that really matter. Today, we are diving deep into something absolutely crucial for every single new parent, prioritizing self-care. Our mission here is to unpack the most common barriers that make self-care seem impossible for new moms. We're drawing on some recent expert analysis here. And then the important part, we want to give you some real actionable strategies to, smash through those barriers and get your well-being back on track.
That feeling you mentioned, running on fumes, it's so incredibly real. And I think what's essential, really, is understanding that self-care. It's not some kind of luxury item. It's actually the most powerful thing you can do when you feel depleted. It's about breaking down those walls, the mental ones, the practical ones, the ones that tell us we don't deserve it or we just can't make it happen. It's shifting it from a nice to have to an absolute must have.
Okay, so let's start there. Where does this struggle often begin? For so many, it's that voice, right? That little nagging thing we call mom guilt. You know the one?
Yeah.
You finally sit down, maybe grab a coffee that's actually still warm, maybe even close your eyes for like 2 seconds, and bam, there it is. Shouldn't you be doing laundry? You're being selfish. The baby might need something. It's just relentless. It seems to pop up every single time you try to take even a tiny moment for yourself.
Oh, absolutely. That inner critic can be incredibly loud, can it? And what's really powerful to grasp here is that this isn't just some fleeting thought. Often it's tied to cognitive distortions, like all or nothing thinking. I have to be the perfect mom 100% of the time, or I'm failing. Understanding that, the psychology behind it, helps us start to dismantle it. Because the simple truth, the powerful truth is, a cared for mom is a better mom.
Right.
It's not just a cute saying, it's fundamental. When you're recharged, when your own cup is fuller, you offer the best version of yourself, you have more energy, definitely more patience, and those little extra moments of connection and love that both you and your baby really need. So the mindset shift is key. Self-care isn't me time, it's more like fuel up time. It's how you stay strong enough to handle everything else.
Fuel up time. I like that. It frames it as essential maintenance, not an indulgence. But okay, let's be real. For a lot of parents, it's not just the guilt, it's the logistics. What if you feel like you have genuinely zero support? Maybe your family lives miles away, your partner works incredibly long hours. How do you even start thinking about self-care then, when it feels like there's nobody to hand the baby to?
Yeah, that's a really tough spot. And that feeling of isolation, of lacking that traditional support network, it's profound. But even in that situation, there are strategies you can still make it work. The key often starts with communication. Really clear, really specific communication, especially with a partner if they're there. So instead of, a general, I'm exhausted, I need help, try something really concrete. Like, hey, tonight, could you please take the baby from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.? I just need to shower and sit quietly for a bit.
Be specific.
Exactly. Specificity increases the chances of it actually happening. And here's another big tip. Don't wait for support to magically appear. You have to build it in. Intentionally build self-care into your routine, even in tiny, tiny ways. Like, okay, the classic. Nap when the baby naps. Really trying to do it sometimes. Or put on music you love while you're making dinner, or just pause for 5 deep breaths while the baby's safe in their bouncer. Even when you're flying solo, you aren't powerless. You just need a strategy. And, this is important, you need to give yourself permission.
Permission from yourself. That really resonates.
Okay.
It changes the focus. And speaking of finding time, that brings us right to the next huge barrier, time. It just feels like a myth for new moms, doesn't it? The day just disappears. Feedings changes, soothing, maybe attempting a chore. Poof, it's gone. How can you possibly fit self-care in when every single second feels booked?
It really does feel like that. But what's kind of freeing to realize is that self-care doesn't need these huge hour-long blocks of time. Not usually. It's truly about the quality, not the quantity. And it's about recognizing the power of these little quick wins that add up. There's research suggesting even like 7 minutes of intentional self-care a day can make a real dent in preventing parental burnout.
7 minutes, okay.
Yeah. Think micro breaks. 5 minutes to just stretch your body. Or close your eyes and breathe. Or slowly sip a cup of tea without scrolling your phone. Then there's nap syncing, really trying to rest when the baby rests, even if it's just lying down quietly. Or routine integration, maybe listen to an audiobook or a calming podcast during feeding times. Little things. They seem small individually, but when you do them consistently, they really accumulate. They replenish your energy in a meaningful way.
Consistency, not grand gestures. That makes it feel much more achievable. Okay, barrier 4. The perfection trap. This one's insidious. That pressure so many new moms feel, maybe from society, maybe from themselves, to be the perfect parent, which often translates to sacrificing all your own needs because you think that's what being a good mom means. It just leads to stress, feeling like you're failing.
You've absolutely nailed a core struggle there. And it raises this powerful question, what if we just decided to embrace imperfection?
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, definitely. But it's about a conscious shift in perspective. Instead of chasing this impossible ideal, maybe focus on setting just 1 or 2 achievable goals for yourself each day. Maybe the goal is just, I will drink enough water today, or I will get outside for 10 minutes. Small things. And then celebrate those small wins. Actually acknowledge them. Hey, I did that. It boosts your morale, your confidence, understanding that mistakes are normal. They're part of learning how to be a parent. It creates a much kinder space for yourself. It reduces that crushing pressure.
Creating a kinder space for yourself. That's key. Which leads nicely into the next barrier. Difficulty. Asking for help. It's so common, isn't it? Hesitating to ask because you worry people will think you're not coping or you seem weak or incapable, like you're supposed to handle it all silently.
It is incredibly common. That internal story we tell ourselves can be really limiting. But what's fascinating, if you flip it, asking for help isn't weakness at all. It's actually a profound sign of strength. It shows self-awareness. It shows emotional intelligence. It shows you're committed to your own well-being, which, guess what, directly benefits your baby.
Right. So how do you do it? Practically.
Well, first step is identifying what you actually need. Get specific again. Is it help with meals, someone to hold the baby while you shower, an hour to nap? Then communicate that need. Clearly, openly, honestly to your partner, family, friends, whoever is in your circle. And don't forget broader resources, community programs, online support groups. Sometimes help comes from unexpected places. Just remember, accepting help lets you recharge. And a recharged you is the best you for your baby. Simple as that.
That reframing is so important. Asking is strength. Okay, let's talk about something very practical. Money. Financial constraints. It's easy to think self-care means, spa days or expensive classes. And if the budget is tight, which it often is with a new baby, self-care can feel completely out of reach. Like, nope, can't afford that.
That's a very real perception. But the great news here is that self-care absolutely does not have to be expensive. Honestly, some of the most effective, most restorative ways to nurture yourself are completely free or cost very little.
Like what?
Think simple. Going for a walk in nature with your baby. Getting some fresh air, some sunlight. Those are powerful mood boosters and totally free. Or creating a little home spa moment. Maybe just dimming the lights, lighting a candle you already have, taking a warm bath. Costs almost nothing. Engaging in mindfulness practices. Deep breathing exercises. Simple meditations. You can find guided ones free online. You can do them anywhere, anytime. These really simple, budget-friendly things can have a huge impact on your mental and emotional state without adding financial stress. Self-care is accessible, truly.
That's really encouraging. Okay, we've hit mindset, time, support, perfectionism, asking for help, money. But what about just the raw physical reality, barrier 7? Physical exhaustion. For so many new parents, this is the foundation. You're just so tired, bone deep tired. How can you even think about self-care when you can barely keep your eyes open? The sheer physical demand of it all.
That level of exhaustion is profound. It's true. And it's crucial to understand how that physical depletion affects everything else, like chronic lack of sleep. It actually increases cortisol, the stress hormone, which makes you more irritable, makes it harder to cope, harder to think clearly. It's a cycle. So focusing on the absolute basics, your physical needs, becomes paramount because that enhances your capacity to care for the baby effectively. This means trying to maintain your energy with nutritious food. Even if it's quick snacks and simple meals, try to make them somewhat nourishing. Staying hydrated is huge. Keep a water bottle nearby, sip throughout the day. Dehydration makes fatigue way worse. And yes, naps. Grab those short naps whenever, wherever you possibly can. Even 20 minutes can help combat that relentless sleep debt. Addressing the physical is fundamental.
Absolutely. And building right on that, sometimes it goes beyond typical exhaustion. Barrier 8, mental health challenges. We have to acknowledge this. Postpartum mood disorders, depression, anxiety, they are common. Much more common than people talk about. And they can make self-care feel completely impossible.
This is such a critical point. It is absolutely vital to recognize the signs if things feel really off. consistently off, and to seek professional help without any hesitation or shame. This isn't something to just tough out or power through alone. Postpartum depression or anxiety can show up in lots of ways, not just sadness. It can be intense anxiety, scary thoughts, feeling totally numb.
So what was the first step?
Talk about it openly with someone you trust, your partner, a friend, a family member. Just saying it out loud can be huge. Then, consult healthcare providers. Your OBGYN, your primary care doctor, they can guide you. Maybe it's therapy, maybe medication, maybe both. They're options. And joining support groups, either in person or online, can be incredibly helpful. Connecting with others who get it reduces that feeling of being alone. Prioritizing mental health is non-negotiable for your well-being and your baby's.
Such an important message. Reaching out is strength. Okay, almost there. Barrier 9, lack of routine. When the baby's schedule is all over the place, your life feels chaotic. It makes finding any predictable time for yourself seem like a pipe dream. Self-care, win.
Right. It feels like structure is impossible with a newborn's delightful unpredictability. But here's the thing. You can implement a flexible routine. It's not about rigid schedules. It's about creating gentle structure that opens up opportunities. Maybe try some light daily planning, just outlining basic tasks and seeing where you might realistically slot in 10 minutes for yourself. Aiming for some consistency around, say, sleep times or meal times, even if they shift a bit day to day, can bring a surprising sense of order for both you and baby. And the key word is adaptability. Be ready to adjust the plan. Things will change. But having that underlying flexible structure helps you balance things and intentionally carve out that personal time.
Flexible structure. Okay, and the final barrier we wanted to touch on today, barrier 10, social isolation. This hits hard for many new moms. Feeling cut off, disconnected, maybe your old friends don't quite understand this new life phase. It can be really lonely.
It really can be. That feeling of disconnection is very real, and building connections, finding your village, even in new ways, provides absolutely crucial emotional support. It combats that loneliness.
So how do you find that connection when you're deep in newborn land?
Look for parenting communities,
Yeah.
local groups, online forums, there are tons out there. Just connecting with others who are in the same boat is incredibly validating. You realize you're not alone in feeling this way. Make a conscious effort to reach out to your existing friends and family. Even quick text, short calls during a nap. Keep those lines open. And consider activities designed for moms and babies. Mommy and me classes, stroller walking groups, library story times. It gets you out, connects you with others. Cultivating those relationships is so important for your emotional well-being. Looking across all 10 of these barriers we've talked through, the core message just keeps coming back, doesn't it? Prioritizing your own self-care. It is not a luxury. It is absolutely essential. It's an investment in your health, your resilience, and fundamentally your ability to show up and care for your child effectively. Taking care of yourself really is the first most vital step in taking care of your baby.
That's such a powerful summary. So thinking about everything we've discussed, what does this mean for you listening right now? Our kind of provocative thought for today, something to maybe chew on, is this. What is one small, truly actionable step you will take this week? Just one thing, to pour back into your own cup. And hey, for more insights on why self-care is so vital for new moms and to find some really valuable resources for your family, definitely make sure you visit omegapediatrics.com.
Yeah, and connecting this to practical support, Omega Pediatrics, they serve families all around Roswell, Marietta, Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Sandy Springs, and the surrounding areas. They really seem to understand the challenges parents face. They actually offer extended walk-in hours, get this, until 9 p.m. on weekdays. Plus, they do immunizations and preventive services after regular business hours, too. That kind of convenience makes getting essential care so much easier when life is hectic.
That's fantastic. So if this conversation resonated with you today, if you found these ideas helpful, please do us a favor. Like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future deep dives, and maybe share it with another parent, someone you know who might really need to hear this message today. Thanks so much for joining us on Have More Babies.
We'll see you next time.